Good morning, Miss Tracy. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Sarah.
Yeah, hey Clove. Hey Top Cop.
I always say K-Love. It sounds
K-Love.
so much better. K-Love.
I always say Clove. I don't know which is right.
I got that warning saying that my sound would be a little messed up for a glitch. It'd be glitchy for a minute, but it should straighten out. Hey, Top Cop.
I can't even go live hardly on my phone anymore because it robots so bad.
Yeah,
Even if I go on someone else's panel, it just starts roboting and
I have
I
horrible
don't know what's going
audio on
on.
my phone. Hey, Pixie,
Yeah.
Sandy, Ninny C.
Good morning,
Hi.
Ninny, and good morning, Pix. So, first off, I would like to start this off by saying happy birthday to Wanda.
Happy
We love you
birthday
so
to
very much.
Wanda. I couldn't find a Captain Zoom with your name in it, but I'm Captain Zoom and I live on the moon. And I just came down to say, hey, to Wanda, it's your birthday today. Sorry, that's the best I could do.
That was perfect, Tracy. If she listens to this, she'll love it. I know her. Good morning, Jamie. How are you? Gosh, last night was crazy, eh?
I also
Hey,
want to start
Mrs.
this out
Michelle.
with I just read a community post and I just want to send out prayers for Purple Rain and her husband. I don't know what it's about. I
Oh,
just read a community post that they could really use some prayers. So, and I absolutely adore Purple Rain. So,
Purple
my
Rain has such a huge heart. Yeah, everybody say a prayer for her husband and send them some good vibes. Hey, Honor Rose. Good morning, Clancy. Good morning, Cricket.
cricket
Yeah, we
prayers
really.
for today's a tough day for Galway as well. So,
Oh
I'll
gosh, yeah.
I'll be thinking of Galway and Galway. If you're listening, you need to talk. You know how to hit me up. You know how to hit us all up.
We love you, Galway. You know, there's one thing about our little group of friends. Like we're always there for one another, and I'm so appreciative of that. I am so grateful to have you ladies in my life, and it angers me when people try to trash you or try to trash Tawanda or Galway, Puss in Boots, Pixie, or even Ninny. I love Ninny half to death. And last night really upset me. It upset me because, not only has Laura gone after my sobriety and questioned my sobriety, last night she called you a drunk and she called Tawanda a drunk. And that's not true.
I haven't had a drink since the wedding. But when we were up on Mandolin's panel talking about boomers and mean girls,
Mhm.
Laura wrote in the chat, go have another drink, Tracy. And then last night she said, I was drunk last week. I can promise you, if I was, I would admit it. It's legal. Okay. But I haven't had a drink since the wedding.
She said that she could definitively prove that Tracy was drinking last week. Now that's a lie. I know that Tracy
Oh,
wasn't drinking last week,
please prove that, Laura.
right?
But then again, Laura, you haven't definitively proved that I've scammed anybody or that I've lied about anything. Every time you're asked for proof, you do
Good
the
morning,
same
Shannon.
thing. You get flustered and say, I'm just not even going to talk about it. I'm just done with it. I'm just done with it. But you don't prove nothing. You just throw shit out there and hope it sticks.
She's the biggest gaslighter and liar I have ever seen. She accused me of doxing. Someone supposedly went to her, right? And said that I
Isn't
was.
it funny? Somebody always goes to her.
Good morning, Mandy. Me and Mandy are like the two evil ones, I guess. Laura said that me and Mandy are in cahoots together and that I'm doxing people. She said someone came to her and said that I was trying to dox them. Now, Laura, I need you to back that up and prove who I'm trying to dox. I'm not trying to dox a damn thing or anyone. Good
Okay,
morning,
well,
happy, happy,
I would like
happy.
to address the Mandy Bell situation, okay? Just for a second. Laura likes to throw out there, Well, they're all buddy buddy with Mandy Bell. They're all buddy buddy with Tiffany Marie. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, first of all, I have no communications with Mandy Bell outside of YouTube. Okay? It just doesn't happen. Mandy knows where I stand on that. But what is the difference with us allowing Mandy and Tiffany and them back into our stream when she made amends with Ash and Hello Starlight
Good morning, Jenny L.
and all of them? I don't understand that. Should we be running around saying Laura and Hello Starlight are best buds now? Laura and Ash 274 are best buds now. I don't get it. I don't know why she wants to throw that up as if
Right.
that's some sort of, well, big deal.
It's not a big deal. Like in our lives, in our little circles, in our little bubble, that means nothing to us. I don't care who Laura's friends with or who she isn't friends with. Just because Laura's mad at somebody doesn't mean I'm going to be mad at that person. I do talk to Mandy Bell. What's wrong with that? I don't have the same issues with Mandy as others do. That doesn't mean I'm going to dislike Mandy because people have issues with her. That's on them, not me. Me and
Well,
Mandy are cool.
I'm
And
saying I talk to very few people outside of YouTube. My circle is very small, Sarah, and you know that.
yeah.
You know who my circle is.
Hmm.
I don't communicate with others outside of YouTube. So, for Laura to constantly throw that up, it's like, okay, Laura, it's no different than people that went at you for 2 years are now back in your chat. And I got to be honest with you, I don't care that they're in her chat.
Laura spit out so much gaslighting and lies last night that it's unbelievable. Laura,
Hey,
oh,
Jamie.
she asked when she's ever dropped a video on Sarah. Okay, well, how about the time you did a reaction on me and Tracy when we was on Amanda Lynn's live or when we was on Wendy V's live? You did reactions on that. It seems like every time we go near Amanda Lynn, you have to be right there to either do a reaction,
She
have
can't stand
something
it.
shitty to say about it, or you have to insert yourself by coming up on panel. If Tracy and I want to get along with Amanda Lynn and BTS or whoever, we can do that. You do not need to insert yourself trying to cause a divide with us. You sat there and tried to manipulate BTS in the chat last night because you was mad at her for defending Tracy. You want to keep these people away from us. And I can't believe nobody else is able to see that. You're literally mad at them because, they talk to us or, they
Hey,
might
Mac.
stick up for us every now and then. Good morning, Bailey. How are you, darling? Good morning, Ann C. You did drop a video on me, Laura. It was called Dipshit Part 1 and 2. Or how about the video where you did look high as fuck called The Twilight Zone? Do I need to keep going? You drop videos on me and Tracy all the time. You talk about Tracy and I all the time. You want to talk about people being on drugs or people being drunk or questioning their sobriety. Well, maybe people need to question yours. How does it feel?
Yeah, we always forget about the things that she's done. How about the thumbnail she used with the hypodermic needle to go after me and my son? She's
How
never
about the
met my
time she told
son.
someone that the wrong person committed suicide pertaining to that person's parent? She literally said that Tracy and Sarah have done worse things than I ever have. Now, that's a lie. I have never told anybody that the wrong parent committed suicide or the wrong person committed suicide. You're a liar, Laura. You've done that. Not Tracy, not Sarah. You.
Nope, I've never said anything like that.
And please prove where I've ever done anything worse than that. Because you sat there on your panel last night spewing that bullshit, and it is what it is. It's bullshit because I don't talk to people the way you do. I don't call people whores. I don't say things to people the way you say them. I don't call people the CUNT word. I don't do it because I have class. I have more class than you could ever imagine having. I respect women more than you ever could.
Good for you, ANC. Good for you. I didn't watch her last night either. I've heard some clips. I didn't watch her. I heard she called me a drunk.
Yeah,
Whatever,
and let's
Laura.
talk
Like
about
I
Tawanda real quick.
let me put it this way. I don't have to have anybody mail me my beer like you do your Adderall. Okay?
Boom.
So we'll let that go at that.
You know, you sat there and said that Tawanda didn't have a PayPal. Bitch, you did know that Tawanda had a PayPal. She was sending you money. You knew damn well she was giving you money through PayPal. Quit your lying, Laura. Quit trying to make Tawanda look bad. And she is a very nice person, and you know that. Tawanda is one of the most giving people I have ever met. She has the most sincere heart I've ever met. She loves people. She wears her heart on her sleeve. And you can't stand that people like her, just like you can't stand that people like Tracy and I.
Yeah. I mean, there's one person, and it was made pretty clear yesterday that I'll probably never get along with on here, and that's Hello Starlight. And I'm okay. If we just don't call each other out of each other's name, I'm okay with that. Uh, Mac 11, trust me, I can't even honestly say I'm an occasional drinker. Well, I guess I can. About every 6, 8 months, I might have
And
a
that's
beer
your
or two.
business, Tracy. That is your business. If you want to have a drink every now and then, you can, just like any other American.
But I want her to prove, absolutely prove that I was drunk last week. Because, see, Laura throws all this stuff out and says she has definitive proof, but then she never proves it. And nobody ever makes her back up her words. Ever.
Yeah, and then like last night, she was saying, I know Sarah. She's a shady ass bitch. How am I shady there, Laura? How do you know me, Laura? You don't know me. You don't know a thing about me. You don't know one thing about me. I am absolutely not shady. You are projecting. You're the one that's shady.
And that's been proven time and time again.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just go back through Tracy's lives or go look at some of my videos. Holy crap. The only thing Tracy and I have ever done is shown things that Laura says. Her own words. We've always only ever used her own words. And also, she called out so many people last night. She called out Batty Boop and said that she was an idiot. You know what, Laura? Batty Boop
Oh, wait,
was
wait,
one
wait,
of your
wait.
mom.
She called Batty Boop out? She called
Yeah.
a sub out?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Laura. After you went on and on and on about me calling out Kim, you called out a sub? Laura.
Yeah, and Batty Boop was a Patreon of hers. And Laura says, I never call out my Patreons or my ex Patreons. What was that, Laura? You called Batty Boop an idiot last night just because you didn't agree with something she said. Now she's an idiot. Was she an idiot when she was your Patreon? Or is it just because she believes differently than you?
But oh, I was so bad yesterday for uh calling out a sub that talks about me continuously. And then Bonnie wants to go in there and say, where's the outrage when Tracy talked about Laura's addiction? Okay, well, first of all, Laura put in the chat about drinking, told
Samantha.
me to go have another drink several times. And then if you think I will ever forgive Laura for what she did to my son, you have lost your mind because that is my son. And when you use a hypodermic needle to attack my son, or you say, and I still have the clip, that my son turned out the way that he did because of me, Laura, I'm just praying you're not putting your cart before your horse, baby.
Bailey Vex, you're right. She is a big mouth fool. You know, she sat there and said, "What have I ever done to Tracy? Or what have I ever done to Sarah? They don't like me." Yeah, we don't like you, and we have our own reasons. Just like you said, you took a picture of my backyard and said that I lived in the ghetto. You took a picture of my wedding ring set and said I got it from Walmart. You made fun of my autistic kid's grades. How many times do I feel like I'm just like regurgitating old shit? But I've told you this many times. These are the reasons I don't like you.
I
And
just
you
don't
say,
like
"Well,
her because
I
she's just a heartless
apologize to
bitch. I
Sarah."
mean,
Yeah, you apologized to me one time, and that was for making fun of my grandma's dolls that was in a picture of me and my husband on our wedding day. That's the only thing you've ever apologized to me for, you moron. You never apologized to me about my rings. You've never apologized to me about saying I lived in the ghetto. You never apologized to me about the comment you made about my son and his grades. Hell yeah, I'm proud of my son and his grades. I always will be, regardless of what he does. He's my son. I'm proud of him.
and she got really, really agitated. And I want to send a thank you out to Amanda Lynn. And I believe it was Leo's wife. Is that right, Pixie? That went on her panel and told her, set her
Someone I
straight.
don't know.
I think it was Leo's wife because I just heard a clip and it was speeded up. So I had a hard time hearing who it was. But I think it was Leo's wife because she tried to make it sound like that I scammed people at Christmas time over two different stories. Here's the way this went down. Now, this is for the last time, Laura. Lean in. Okay, lean in. I'm not going to ask if you've been dropped on your head as a child because that's rude. But lean in. The story I talk about my son and his dealer and Christmas Eve when we went to Walgreens and bought the little girl's Christmas happened probably 10, 15 years ago or more. Last Christmas, his girlfriend's baby's father was in a coma and died on Christmas Eve when they tried to move him from the hospital to a long care facility because they knew he was never coming out of it. My son had been sick with the blood infection. He was in the hospital and they didn't have money to buy the little girl's Christmas. So I bought it. Or should I say, my subs bought it. Not your Patreons, my subs.
That was selfless of you to do. You were thinking of somebody other than yourself. You was trying to help someone in need. And Laura had to go and take advantage of that and twist it as many ways as she could.
So thank you to Leo's wife. Thank you to Amanda Lynn for totally setting her straight on that story. Because this is what she does. She takes these little things, she throws them at the wall, and she sees. She reminds me of a chimpanzee who plays with their own shit and they throw it and see if it will stick to something. Just like she did yesterday when I knew what she was going live about because I was watching Savage and boom, she pops up on Savage's panel and she starts talking about, I'm not going to call anybody out, but there's something weird that I found. Um, and I knew what she was talking about. And she was talking about the avatars uh, getting mixed up. Sometimes when you go in and you hit all subscriptions, you look at all your subscriptions for a split second, like Ninny's avatar might be on Miss Lennon's account. But if you go out and you come back in, they're straight.
And look, a couple of days ago, all of YouTube was down for a few hours. So there's definitely going to be glitches, you know?
But
It happens.
I knew what she was going to go live about. I had no idea the people involved that she was going to try to, and I know she would have given anything to be able to put that on Jennifer Lynn. I know she
Yeah.
would have. But when it turned out Trisha's face showed up on an account that it didn't belong to, that's when she had to back down.
Right. And why even put that out there on Trisha, for people to second guess it? If you knew that it wasn't Trisha, why even put that out there, Laura? She's your friend, right?
That's picking up poop and throwing it and seeing if it sticks. That's what she does. She's a poop picker. She's a poop slinger.
Alyssa, you're right. Laura is a YouTube glitch. That's like the best comment of the day.
You win the internet,
The
Alyssa.
internet comment of the day. I'm telling you, you sit there and say that Sarah and Tracy has no content other than you. Well, Lord, you talk so much shit on us. What do you expect? Do you just want us to cow down and not say anything at all? I'm sorry. I'm pretty blunt. And if I have something to say, I'm going to say it. And if you're going to lie on me, I'm going to call you out. I've never been afraid to do that, nor will I ever be. And you sat there and said that I'm afraid to call Tracy out when she's wrong. Bullshit. Me and Tracy do not agree on everything. We don't. Now, do
Trust
I
me.
get quiet sometimes? Yeah. She went into this whole spiel yesterday when she went live about how her and Leanna have this relationship, and she's not afraid to call Leanna out when they don't agree on something. You know what? You don't know what Tracy and I do behind the scenes. We don't agree on everything. She doesn't agree with me on things, and I don't agree with her on things. I don't bring it public, and I don't talk about it. Why
I've
would I?
never, I haven't heard Laura call Leanna out on anything since they've rekindled their friendship.
Right.
I'm sure they do it behind the scenes, but I haven't heard her call Leanna out on anything. I've
I
heard
wonder if she
Leanna
can do
say a couple times she doesn't agree with everything Laura says and that she's not Laura and quit grouping them together. But I've never heard Laura call Leanna out on anything since they've rekindled their friendship. So, but what a moot point that is. I mean, how far did she expect that to go?
Gosh. You know what? You should see it here right now. We have the biggest snowflakes falling down. It's
We
absolutely
have
beautiful.
rain.
Oh my gosh.
We have freaking rain.
These snowflakes are huge.
So Laura got off. Oh my God. Tracy called out a sub. Tracy called out a sub. And then she turns around and calls out Batty Boop. Does anybody get the.
You know
it
what?
blows my mind.
Laura
It just blows
Laura
my
has
mind.
doxed Batty Boop's first name before. Isn't it funny how Laura will either call somebody a drunk or question their sobriety or accidentally on purpose dox them once they leave her Patreon? And don't say you've never done that to Batty Boop, Laura, because I've got the proof you did. You've done it a few times to her. Every person that leaves her Discord or Patreon or whatever, she will dox them. She will have nothing nice to say about them. She will call them liars. She will call them drunks. She will question their sobriety. She'll question everything about them once they decide they don't want to support what she is, who she is, and what she's about.
Yep. You know, about the only one she doesn't go hard at is Mar. And that's because she knows she'd get chewed up and spit the hell out. Because she ever touches
Tatum, I
Mar
agree.
with her evil mouth, her devilish tongue, all
You
hell
know,
will break loose. That's not a challenge, Laura. Please don't do it.
let me see if I can find this clip because I do want to play something because it burned me up. I was livid. Okay, let me see. Okay.
Sarah can forgive. Overnight. All right? Mandy, Tiffany, everyone that fucking left me. She's right there. Grabs them right up. She has no problem forgiving every fucking person out there. Show me a person that she has turned down, that left me, that she turned down or I had a fight with. She, all of a sudden, Mandy and Tiffany have done, and Sarah have done worse shit to each other than I would ever even think about doing.
Okay.
Has Mandy or Tiffany ever spoke of your autistic child?
Nope.
Have they ever spoke of your wedding set?
Nope.
Have they ever spoke of your home that, by the way, you own, you don't rent?
You know what? This house is paid for. Like, I don't own a dime on it. The only thing I pay is like taxes, which suck, but I still pay for those. This place is paid for. And it's not in the ghetto. No, none of them have ever done that. And let me also say this. I'm the one that went to those people and apologized. I apologized to several people once I left Laura's Patreon because I was an asshole to
Me
those
too.
people. I was not nice to them at all. And you know what? The one that I really apologized to was Ozzy Vic, because me and Ozzy Vic
Hey,
went
Kathy.
rounds. And Ozzy Vic was like, Sarah, you'll understand what I'm saying one day. And that day came and I went to Ozzy and I'm like, you know what? I am so sorry. I just didn't see it then. I apologize to these people because I felt bad for things I said. None of them came and apologized to me.
I was a dick when I was with Laura. I
Yeah,
don't
me
doubt. I'm
too.
not. I'm not
And
going to
there's a
deny
lot of
that.
people that are with Laura that have become huge dicks. And I'm going to call you out, Bonnie, because you are one of them. You come to my channel a lot and you'll make these little snide comments. I was never nothing but nice to you. And now you're trying to bully me, which I find absolutely hysterical. Good luck on that. But why are you coming over to my channel if you don't like me anymore? You used to absolutely love me, but since I've left Laura, oh dear God, it's like I've become like evil or something. It's so weird. It's so strange. Like, I've never said one ill thing about her, but she loves to come over and tell me all about myself. Get out of here.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. Those people, they didn't need to accept my apology, right? I'm sitting there trying to clean up my side of the street because I said some shitty things. And that's one of the reasons I left Laura, because I didn't want to be mean to people anymore. I didn't want to fight with some of these people anymore. That's why I got to make amends with these people. And I feel like I'm a better person because of that. I'm sorry, Laura, you don't understand that. I'm sorry you can't see that.
Well, my story with Tiffany Marie is, first of all, I was friends with Tiffany before she hooked up with Laura. And I basically sent the same message to Tiffany and Makeup Mobster. And it was, I have noticed a change in you, and I don't want anything to do with you until you get back to the person that I know that you are. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was the first person that Tiffany notified to apologize. And yes, I accepted her apology. I don't get involved in Tiffany and Ask You 74's beef, just like I don't get involved in Mandy Lynn and Hello Starlight's beef. Everybody wants to say, well, you let Mandy Bell, not Mandy Lynn, I'm sorry. You let Mandy Bell in your chat and she doxed Hello Starlight. That's not my beef. You all go into Laura's chat, every single one of you all go into Laura's chat, and she doxes on a daily. You all go into FODs, and that's one of the most horrible people that I can even think of on YouTube. But that's not my beef. So don't expect me to hold on to your beef.
Yep. Hey, your main girl. How are you doing, darling? I just feel like Laura thinks she's the leader of the pack. And so when one of her purple people are nice to either me or you or kind of stick up for us in a certain situation, she'll try to manipulate them and make them feel bad for talking to us or coming to our chat or being friends with us. I swear to God, she tries to manipulate them and brainwash them into thinking that we're bad or something. And that's not the case. Good morning, Persian princess.
Batty Boop, if you could tell me the video that you were doxed in on my channel when Laura played that song, I will be more than happy to delete it, to take it, put it on private.
Oh, wait,
Because
what?
a
She was
long time ago, Laura came on my channel and wanted to play this song. And I was scared to death that I was going to get struck. I'm sure Batty remembers it. And then Batty said, you doxed me on your channel. And I'm like, no, Batty, I couldn't have doxed you on my channel because I don't know you. I can't dox somebody I don't know.
I didn't know Batty's name until Laura doxed her name on her own channel. And then after that, Laura said, I don't even care.
But then Batty said, no, it was in a video when Laura came on your panel. And I was like, oh, Laura
She said
doxed me
Laura
on your
doxed me.
channel. Okay. Yeah. And if you can tell me, and Batty, I have no idea where that's at. It's buried so deep. I'm sure it's up. But if you can tell me where that's at, I have no problem removing that. Hey, Call It As I See It. Everybody sub up to Call It As I See It. They've got a pretty good channel going.
Oh, absolutely. Sub up to Call It As I See It. That person is hilarious. I don't know who it is, but they do make some pretty good videos.
Okay, buddy, just let me know. I don't know if my email is in my about section, or somebody knows how to get BTS knows how to get a hold of me. If you know how to get a hold of BTS, I don't know. There's a lot of people know how to get a hold of me, but yes, I will put it on private. I will delete it, whatever.
Me too, Miss Nomer.
I have no idea what it was called or even, but I remember Batty kept going around saying that I doxed her. And I was like, wait a minute, I can't dox somebody I don't know. And then she said, it was when Laura was on your panel. Well, back when Laura and I was friends, Laura was on my panel a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I have no problem removing it. None.
See, I don't remember that. I don't
I
know.
don't either. I mean, I don't even know Batty's name to this day because, well, number one, if she doxed her last night, I didn't hear her do it. I didn't listen to Laura last night. I got clips saying she called me a drunk or whatever. Wasn't there clips you wanted to play? I probably interrupted you.
No, I played it.
Oh, okay.
Mandy says, I bet Call It As I See It is me. Mandy, it's either me or you. I'm telling you what, when someone's wanting to know what a clip channel is, it's either me or you getting the blame.
I don't know if she doxed you or not, Batty. I just heard she called you out. I don't know.
No, she didn't. Not last night, Batty, but she called you out and called you an idiot. And just because you didn't agree with her on something, so she had to call you an idiot. And we brought that up because Laura said, when do I ever go at somebody's sub?
Yep.
Well, Laura, you went after Batty Boop last night and called her an idiot. And she is one of Amanda Lynn's subs. So there you go. Debunked. You're a liar. Hey, Testicle.
She goes after my subs all the time. She'll see something go on in my chat and say, okay, I'll use Testicle as a example just because it's highlighted on my end anyways. But if Testicle is in my chat and says something and somebody runs back and tells Laura, then Laura says, oh, they're a effing idiot. Just forget them. They're an effing idiot. So, Laura, don't say you don't call out subs.
Yeah, anybody that goes against her narrative is an idiot or is stupid or is less than. Oh, or they're a bottom feeder. That's her famous line. They're a bottom feeder.
Well, the bottom should be clean because there's a lot of us down here.
Yep. So I think I will play. I got 3 clips on here. We're going to play this one. Let's see.
Yes, I see you, Persian.
All right, here we go.
I'll check my
And then,
emails, Persian.
the other thing, Sarah says, I don't tell people where to go. And then Miriam pointed out exactly, like, when she did. And she was like,
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. When do I ever tell anyone where to go or where not to go? I don't do that.
well, sometimes I get mad and say things I regret. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, I do say things that I regret out of anger. And you know what? Every time I do that, I apologize. I've yet to see where Laura has ever apologized for
Laura
saying
never
anything.
regrets it.
Right.
She never regrets it. That's the whole point. She might get mad and say things, but she never regrets it.
Yeah, because she's a narcissist that thinks she's right all the time. At least I know when I'm wrong, and at least I can come out and give apologies for saying something or acting the way I did, or, being mad. At least I can take some time to clear my head and to realize that I was wrong for doing whatever I did. You can't do that, Laura. You always think you're right.
Hey, Blue
And you're
Sugar.
not.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to continue to be pushed around by Laura because she somehow thinks she's superior to other people on this platform, because she's not. And I know people get upset with me and they're like, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I do let a lot of it go. And now I sound like Laura, for fuck's sakes. But I'm not, that's just like her putting out that video that I'm a scammer. She has yet to prove that I scammed anybody for anything. I turned over my PayPal to Diane and Wendy to prove that after she put out that video about my cancer being back, and I went live the next morning and corrected it, no PayPals came in during that time. None.
Yep.
I didn't go live in the middle of the night and try to make a total fool out of me. You did, Laura, and I fixed it. And I think she even said yesterday that I lied about my cancer. I could be wrong. There was a lot of screaming going on.
Does she even care what kind of a predicament she put you in by doing that? She went live that morning when you were still asleep. She went live saying that your cancer had come back. You came into mod chat freaking out like, what am I going to do now? What am I supposed to say? I've got to clear this up. I've got to clean this up.
And her words were, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Now, Laura, if you'd like to show screenshots on that, we can.
That's the whole reason I left Laura in the very end, was because of those words right there. Who gives a fuck? And It was about somebody that I have never gotten along with on this platform. When she went on Dave's panel and offered Dave Jennifer Lynn's personal information, and I confronted her about it, and she says, who gives a fuck? I said, I do. That's your problem, Laura. You don't give a fuck about anybody. See, I give a fuck even about people I don't care for. That's when I walked out on her.
See, that's the difference between Laura and us. We care about other people's feelings. We have empathy, you see. We don't come online bragging that we don't have empathy or that we got fired for lack of empathy. That's not us. We have a lot of empathy for people. We care about other people. Good morning, Jules. How are you? Good morning, Amber Kay. No, she doesn't have friends. She has people that pay her, and she'll tell them that they are her friends. But then once they stop paying her, they get called out as a liar, or they get called a drunk, or their sobriety gets questioned.
And here's her best backup. Oh, yes, I can. When I tell her to prove that I scammed anybody, her Patreons, she forgets that at some point I was her Patreon. We shared friends.
Yep.
I was actually better to the Patreons than she was because at least I participated. But she says her Patreons. I scammed her Patreons. Does she not realize how many subs we shared in the beginning and still do, some of us? And I don't say a word to my subs about going into Laura's.
Yeah, and
Nothing.
Laura's the person that will sit there and say, well, Tracy and I don't share subs. I have my people and she has hers. No, Laura, you guys have shared subs. There's people that do like Tracy, and you can't stand that. And that's why a lot of people won't come into Tracy's chat or into my chat, because you get mad at them if they do.
Who even still watches her? I didn't. I went to bed, Amber K. I just woke up to clips and what went on Amanda Lynn's panel yesterday. And
Shannon censored, I agree.
we were actually trying to work something out until Laura decided to come up there and once again make it all about Laura. Make it all, every single time. It has to be poor Laura. Poor Laura. Everybody attacks Laura for absolutely no reason, you all. Can you believe that? That this entire community attacks Laura for absolutely no reason. None. None whatsoever.
Good morning, hairstylist gal. There's absolutely reasons that we react to Laura. It's usually because she says something really shitty about us, or she lies about us, just so people will believe her. Because some people over there do listen to every single word that Laura says. They do believe everything that she says, and that's such bullshit, because we have the right to defend ourselves, and we will. You know, Laura says, why does people go after me? Why do they talk about me every single live? Or why do they make videos? Well, because you say dumb shit and you lie a lot. That's why. Maybe if you'd stop doing that, people wouldn't have to react to the dumb shit you say and do.
She does insert herself into everything.
She inserted herself last night in Amanda Lynn's. We was not talking about Laura. She inserted herself. She has to be a part of every single little thing that goes on in this community. None of us were even talking about her, Tracy. It wasn't about her. Nothing. Zero. Zip, zilch. Nothing. Nada.
Well, I think Amanda Lynn says something about, I understand when you leave Laura, you're angry or something like that. But that was enough to trigger her and get her up on that panel. It doesn't take much to get Laura on a panel.
Yeah, she said something dumb like, I was so angry and I hate. When did I say that? I never said anything about hating her.
And that's the sad thing. I still don't hate her.
No, I don't hate her
I get
either.
so angry at her sometimes I feel like I hate her. But then within a few minutes, I'm like, meh, it's not worth it. Hate takes energy. In order to hate someone, you have to care.
Yeah. I'm not going to let her consume my mind with hate. It's not going to happen. Like, I hate things that go on in the real world, things that are a part of my life outside of YouTube. But I'm not going to hate somebody that's a channel creator on YouTube. Oh my God. I might hate the things she says, but I don't hate her as a person. I don't hate anybody.
Well, and that's a good point, Coffee Chat. Even when people stop talking about her, do you remember when she came back from her trip and she had no content? So you know what she did? She went live and said her Patreons paid her to talk about Randy and Fod. Her Patreons paid her money to talk about Randy and Fod. That's exactly what she said.
She said her Patreons pay her to go after people. And I have that clip if she tries to deny it. How embarrassing is that? So you're taking money from people just to go bash others that they don't like or because they find it entertaining? That's pretty pathetic there, Laura.
I'll never forget that when she come back off of her little mini vacay or whatever. And she came live the next day. Well, my Patreons paid me to talk about Randy and Fod. Really? That's how your Patreon works? But then again, one of your Patreon perks is to watch videos about me and Mandy Bell's personal information. So that's a perk there. I'm sorry, that's not a perk in my Patreon.
No, not at all. Actually, Laura's name doesn't come up in Tracy's Patreon. There's
No.
better and more exciting things to talk about than the perplexed liar.
No, I've made it a point to not make my Patreon about Laura. Do not count my money. Well, that's funny because the day that Trish went live and all of those super chats started coming in, which I know wasn't planned. Okay. Nobody knew that was going to happen. It was a fantastic thing because that money can be used to help somebody, in need. But Laura was livid, saying that Trisha was making money off of her name.
Mm-hmm.
She was livid.
It's always about money with her. Just like she was calling Tawanda a liar last night. Everything has to do with money when it comes to Laura. Hey, Skippy B.
And you know what? She's building an empire. So, okay. But even when I was in her Patreon, I tried to tell her, Laura, you have to put money out in order to get money in. That's any business you build. This was before the candle or the Scentsy or anything else she's got going on her side hustle. And I don't care about her side hustle. I don't crack on her candles. I've never smelt one. I don't think I'd want one that smells like bacon, but that's just me. I love the smell of bacon, but I don't want it in my house all day, every day. But I don't crack on her candles.
She has a
Thank you,
leather
Smokey
scent.
P. I really appreciate that because I was going to talk on that and now I'm going to let it go. So thank you. And I'm sorry about your mama. I really am. When I said that in your comment section, I meant it. I don't want anybody's heart to hurt. I don't want anybody to lose somebody close to them. So thank you.
My condolences to you, Smokey. I'm sorry for your loss.
And see, that's the sad thing. There's people losing people left and right on this platform. I mean, left and freaking right.
Oh,
You just,
Tracy, it's been awful this season. Like, my husband's uncle just passed away. And
I
then on
know.
my birthday, this lady I worked with and known all my life passed away from complications to COVID. I've known this lady since I was a little girl. Her mom and my mom were best friends. And she passed away the same day her dad passed away. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, I don't even understand how Sharon is able to. I don't know. I feel so bad for her because she's having to deal with her husband that's passed and her daughter that has passed on the same day. Years apart, of course, but still on the same day. I feel so bad for this woman. I don't know. It's sad. I feel so bad for anyone that's losing a family member or a friend to this COVID.
To be
I'm
honest
so
with
sorry.
you, it's to the point that, I used to lay down at night and say individual prayers,
Yeah.
and I there's too many anymore. Now I just have to wrap them all up in one big bundle and say, God, please protect this world. And occasionally, I do throw in somebody that's particularly special to me. But I just, with everything that's going on in this world, here we sit. Hey, Winky, sweetie, I
Thank you,
think
be
about
worthy.
you every day, kid. But it's not going to change the fact that I'm not going to allow Laura to try to make me out to be. I heard about Charlie Pride. Oh, that's so horrible.
I never knew who Charlie Pride was.
He was one of the very first African American country music singers.
Oh, okay.
He sang "Kiss an Angel Good Morning" and "Love Her Like the Devil When You Get Back Home." Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Well, that's because I sound nothing like him.
No, I'm not familiar with country music. So it's hard for me to place who he is with what song. It's sad though.
Well, I wanted to talk about a song, "Smooth as Tennessee Whiskey." I know Makeup Mobster had a live where she found a guy who sings it in his truck to his daughter, and it is a really cool video. And the guy really does have a good voice. But then somebody came into the chat and said that that's a Chris Stapleton song. No, just a little fun fact. That's actually a George Jones song. George Jones was the very first person, No Show Jones was the very first person to do that song. And the cool thing is, my niece had it played at her wedding.
Oh,
That was the song they walked down the aisle to. Although Chris has a very good version of it, and the best version is Chris Stapleton and Justin Timberlake.
really?
Oh, yeah. It's the best version. But that's a George Jones song. I love that song too. But
Okay,
that's just
so
a little fun fact.
Is Chris Stapleton the one that has the
The beard
blonde locks? No. Okay.
now
Yeah,
Chris
I'm not
Stapleton
familiar.
has a big old long beard, and he did a version with Justin Timberlake,
Huh.
and it's a beautiful version. But the original song, "Smooth as Tennessee Whiskey," was done by George Jones. Nope, Tatum, it was George Jones. I'd almost put money on it. Except I don't have none.
Join
I
the
got
crowd.
I got a couple leftover Christmas bows that I'll bet you.
I
love
think I
country
listened to
music.
country music for a short time down when I lived on the Ohio River, but then I kind of moved back up here and
I love country music. I love all music. Not a big rap fan. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm white. Laura.
grunge and metal is kind of my forte.
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I
Yeah.
like AC/DC. I love AC/DC, but I cannot do that. And I love Ozzy Osbourne, but I cannot do that screaming, hollering. Oh my God, no. And I do like some rap, I used to love the song by Eminem, "Cleaning Out My Closet," or
Mm,
something like that. I don't know. He talked about cleaning out his closet, and it was about his mama.
thank you,
But
Aster.
I like all kinds of music. I'm more of an 80s rock, you know, uh, Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. I absolutely love what's his name?
Slayer and Pantera for me.
No, that's not who I was thinking of. I have no idea who those people are. Oh, wait a minute. I've heard of Slayer.
Oh, yeah, girl. Love Slayer.
That's crazy. Name Tennessee whiskey whose version peaked at number 77 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles Chart in 1981. In 1981?
Yes.
Oh, I'll be damned, call it as I see it. I thought it was a George Jones. But
Oh,
George
David
Jones,
Allen Coe.
I love David Allen Coe. I went to see him. He's ornery though. But it's funny. But George Jones did it too. I'm sorry. Now I owe Tatum 3 Christmas bows. I'll get those in the mail right away, Tatum. As soon as I pay Amber Kay her 100 grand.
That's so funny.
No, really, guys. I mean, I know I get angry and I holler and I scream sometimes, but it's only because I allow her to get under my skin. And I know I shouldn't, but I'm not a liar and I'm not a scammer.
Well,
Tatum's right.
yeah. It's hard to not react to someone when they're calling you a liar or when they're saying something that's just not true. It's hard not to get upset about it, you know? I mean, we did have a relationship with Laura at one time. We were friends with her at one time. We paid her money at one time. So,
I
yeah.
didn't.
Well, I did. So it's hard when we hear her saying things about us. So it's hard for us to not get a little upset about it. Or when she's going off on one of our friends. It what does she expect?
She
I'm
has
not
to
sure
know
what
there's
the
going to
girl
be
does.
comebacks. But maybe that's what she needs. She used to say all the time, and I think she got it off Katie, when they quit talking about you, that's when it's time to worry. So maybe that's what she needs is our comebacks. And maybe we should stop. And Amber Kay, do not say a word. Um, maybe we should stop. But it hurts so bad when somebody attacks your children or, and I've never said an unkind word about Laura's kids, ever. You will not find a clip out there where I've ever spoken poorly of Laura's kids.
Yeah,
And
she said that
it
about me
makes,
not too long ago, Tracy. She said, "Well, Sarah's talking about my kids." I have never said a word about her kids, nor will I
no,
ever. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do, what they like. I don't know because I don't pay attention.
no,
I
I
mean,
would
I
never
probably,
talk about her kids.
oh crap, my dogs.
I don't talk about anybody's children. You've never heard me say shit like, maybe Amanda Lynn should go take care of her 6 kids. I don't say shit like that.
But Laura does, and that's okay, right? Because
As
that's how,
bad as I despise Fod, I don't talk about her kids. I don't know anything about her children. But my child, he may be 34, but he's my child. And she has gone after him with hypodermic needles. And it's my problem. It's my fault that my son is an addict. And, you know, didn't
it's
she just
definitely
get him,
not your fault at all.
didn't she just get him a pair of work boots? Yeah, I did. And he left them in Florida.
That was a year ago, by the way.
Well, these ones I got him for Christmas better last longer than a damn year.
She says that she doesn't pay attention to me or Tracy, but she can remember things like that. So obviously she is paying attention. She says that she doesn't watch us, which is a lie because I'm sure she gets clips, you know. She sure makes comments about us, so therefore she is paying attention.
I don't know. Like I said, I just, I don't want to spend my days going after Laura. Uh, I mean, I think anybody that doesn't already like Laura is not going to change their mind.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I mean, I've made amends with people because I liked them. I cared about them. there's things that Laura does that I do not respect. There's things that Laura says that I do not respect, nor will I ever. So I have that right to not like her. And I have that right to talk about her when she's talking mad shit about me or Tracy, or when she's lying about us. It's going to happen. Sorry. She can get mad, huff and puff all she wants, but this is my channel. I'll talk about what I want when I want.
First of all, she cannot prove I'm a scammer because I've never scammed anybody. I've never lied about anything. Trust me, if I was going to lie about my life, I would make it so much better than it really is. Not that it's that horrible. There's people out there much, much worse off than me. I'm a very grateful person. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my belly. My dog's okay for now. I know the time's going to come when I got to put her down. And when I do, I'll be a total basket case and probably have to be put away somewhere. But I don't want to think about that right now. There'll be a couple of presents under the tree for my son and my niece. And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. That's what matters at the end of the day. Our family is what matters. What we can do for our family is what matters. It doesn't have to be.
My brother has been my savior. And the funny thing is growing up, me and this brother, we weren't very close. I mean, we were close because we were all close. But when you have a family of 8 kids, certain kids kind of team up together. Like my brother Mike and my other brother Pat, they were like really tight. And then my older 2 brothers were really tight. And I was tight with my older 2 brothers. Then my 2 younger sisters, they were really tight. Then one of them was just kind of a loner. But either way, me and this brother never had that, that growing up where we were just really, really tight growing up. But he was my savior. The day he called me in Florida, I was literally in the middle of a mental breakdown. And I hadn't told him, I hadn't messaged him on Facebook or anything saying how bad my life was falling apart in front of me. And boom, my phone rang just out of the blue. And he knew I'd been struggling because I was going through chemotherapy. But out of the blue, he said, because I had just finished my chemotherapy, actually, I quit it before a couple treatments were done because I couldn't afford it anymore. But just out of the blue, he called me and he said, have your shit ready to go in a week. I'll be down there with the U-Haul. You're going to come home and you're going to get healthy. That was like a miracle.
Yeah.
Did it hurt pulling away from, everything I'd worked for? Yeah, it did. Nobody will ever know how much I appreciate my brother. Nobody will ever know that. I can never repay him for what he's done, ever. No matter what.
You're very grateful to have family like that. There's some people that, don't have that kind of story. You're very fortunate to have a brother that loves you enough to take you in, to make you better. And you've become better.
I just, all he said was take your time, get your head together, and get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And get as healthy as you can get. Because I wasn't doing it in Florida. I was beating myself in the ground. I was going through chemotherapy. I was trying to work. My bills were getting behind. I was living off credit cards. It was, I was basically digging a hole that I was never going to get out of. I probably still won't get out of it, but right now my biggest bill collector is Amber Kay, but she stalks me everywhere I go, wanting her money. Pay up, bitch.
Good
But
morning, 420.
I'm just so grateful to have the little bit that I have. And there's people out there that have nothing, and here we said on YouTube, arguing and fussing, and some people stressing over other people's money.
Yeah, what income other people have is none of my business. I could care less.
Me
I'm not
neither.
envious of it. I'm not jealous of it. You know, do your thing, girl. It's not
Right.
my business, so I don't talk about it. I could care less.
Everybody on here, do your hustle, man. Do what
Mhm.
you got to do to put food on your table, to keep a roof over your head. These are hard times for a lot of people. This country is going through something that really it's never been through before, even with the what was it, the plague of
Hey, Merrick.
1931 or something, the pandemic of, I don't remember. uh this is unprecedented what we're going through right now, and I don't believe this world will ever be the same. It will be different, it will get better than what it is, but I don't think we're ever going to have the same world that we're used to. I really honestly don't.
I really struggle with wearing these masks. I cannot hardly breathe. No matter what I do, I can't breathe in hot air. It makes me feel like I'm going to have an anxiety attack. I just don't go anywhere anymore. I don't know. This world has
Well, with
definitely changed.
when you have COPD, you don't have trouble taking air in. You have trouble exhaling air. And the
Mhm.
air that you exhale is not good air. It's carbon monoxide basically. So I have a hard time exhaling, not inhaling, but exhaling. That's COPD. So imagine being in a mask and being able to take air in but not being able to get that air out.
I
The
couldn't
mask
imagine.
the mask even keeps it even more from leaving my body.
Mhm.
But you know what? I'll do it and I'll continue to do it if it means keeping someone else safe or keeping myself safe or my family. I'll do it.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll wear it, like, if I have to go out somewhere, but as soon as I get back in the car, it's absolutely taken off, and, I mean, I just refuse to go anywhere because I cannot stand wearing those masks.
I don't go anywhere. The doctor, I had to go to the get a mental eval the other day, and I know this will be used for fodder. But he had this giant Mr. Potato Head that I wanted to play with so bad. I swear. He asked me to remember 3 words, and I can still remember 2 of them. I couldn't remember the whole 3 when he asked me at the end of the eval. Ball and flag was 2 of them. I don't know what the third was. But I was so focused on this kid-sized Mr. Potato Head that had millions of pieces to it, and
Mhm.
I wanted to play with it. And he's like, "Seems like you have a hard time with concentration." No, I just really want to play with that Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh gosh, I just put my I just put my mom on hospice with COPD. I'm so sorry, Blue Sugar.
I'm sorry.
COPD is really hard on people. I can remember my grandfather, his O2 stats would drop. I think every time he had COPD, and every time he would stand up, it would drop down to like 42, and he'd have to sit back down. He could not stand up for nothing when it got at the end of his life. It's so sad. Like, people with COPD really struggle to breathe. I hate
Speaking of which, I I need to send out a prayer for Marcia.
Oh,
Um, Someone contacted me yesterday and asked that we keep her in our prayers, that she's not doing well. She's not feeling well. So
God love
prayers for
Marsha.
Marcia.
See, we love Marsha. So, yes, everybody say a prayer for Marsha and send her some good vibes.
And see, me and Marcia, we've been through some shit. Me and
Yeah.
Marcia, we've been through some shit, but we got over it. We moved past it. So while Laura always throws up Mandy Bell, Jules, Tiffany Marie, why why can't we move past our things with these people? But
Thank you,
she can
Samantha.
she can move past her things with Amanda Lynn and Hello Starlight and Ash 274 and I don't get it. What's the difference? I'm not a part of their beef that they had with Laura. They're not a part of my beef that I have with Laura, and vice versa.
Yeah, there was a time that Tiffany Marie and I did not get along. Like we just didn't. But we're adults. So what did we do? We did the adult thing. We talked to one another and we made amends. I wanted to do that with Tiffany because I don't think she's a bad person. You know, my experiences with Tiffany are not like other people's experiences. I'm not going to dislike Tiffany because someone else dislikes her. I'm not going to dislike Mandy Bell because someone else dislikes her or has a different experience than I do. I've known Mandy Bell for a few years now. You know, she might not agree with everything I say and do. I might not agree with everything she says and does, but it doesn't mean we got to hate one another or dislike one another or team up on opposite sides of the spectrum just because of that. It doesn't have to be like that at all.
We are making history, bewildered. We sure are.
I like
And
bewildered, perplexed. They're very nice and they're very kind.
there's one thing that still sticks in my craw with Mandy. And I'm going to say it, Mandy. There's somebody, I'm sorry, but there's
Sticks in my
somebody,
craw.
it does. There's somebody on here that I really, really care a lot about. And it's Angel Roth. And you made a
Oh,
comment to her one time, and it was hop along. And that really hurt me too. And I it's just still kind of sticks with me. And it shouldn't be my beef, but I adore Angel, and that kind of just sticks with me. I can't help it,
speaking of
Mandy.
Angel Roth, I haven't seen her around much.
I haven't either, but
She's
I
really
see her.
sweet though.
I
I mean,
see
she
her.
has a good heart.
I love Angel.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't always get off on the right foot when she supported Brian and I didn't. You know, we weren't always, but I adore Angel. I
Oh
do.
no.
But and it's not my beef with Angel and Mandy. I get it, but it was just what was said that just I don't know. It hurt me. It hurt my heart. But I noticed Mandy took her channels down the other day and she was continuously talked about still. And it was like, so if she's here, you're going to run your mouth about her. And if she's gone, you're going to run your mouth about her. So what the hell can she do?
Oh, you mean Laura? She knew that Mandy Bell took her channels down, right? So she went on her live and told everybody about it. But she never talks about Mandy Bell. She never thinks about
Hey,
Mandy Bell.
Mel.
But she knew that Mandy took her channels down. Hmm.
That's true, Happy Happy. We've all said things. It just kind of hurt me.
Oh, we've definitely said things. And that's why, you know, I apologize to people when I say something that's mean or wrong. I try not to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Even if I don't like you, I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like, I'm not that person that's going to call you a cunt or a whore or whatever. I'm just not going to do that because I think that does hurt people's feelings. And I'm not that girl.
Hell, Mandy yelled at me on Molly Go Lightly's and said, "Thanks for stopping by and licking my CLIT." And I was like, "You're
Ew.
welcome." But you know what? I can't hang on to that shit. If I hung on now, it's the people that are constantly talking about me that it's like, give it up, man. Give it up. Fod. Stop. You're a child.
Oh, they definitely have some childlike tendencies. The way she talks about you and then giggles, God, that drives me through the roof. And then when she'll make like little comments about me or you, God, that drives me insane. Or when she talks about Tawanda, come on now. Tawanda's never done anything to her.
And the funny thing is I was the number one person that avoided FOD in the beginning. I was like, I'm not going to make eye contact. I'm not going to make eye contact. but she started in on me and she hasn't stopped.
Yeah. And then you have people going around saying, "Oh, it's always about Laura and Fod." Yeah, it is, because they're the ones talking dumbass shit. They're the ones that are lying. They are the ones.
That's the way she laughs. She sounds like Woody Woodpecker.
How does that go? Oh, God.
Listen to her.
Oh, God. I don't even know what I was saying now.
Because Fod is always running her mouth about people.
Oh, my gosh. That was pretty funny, Tracy.
And then I get texts from people saying, just ignore it. It's just Fod. No, you don't get to ignore it just because it's Fod.
I gotta mute.
If you just ignore it because it's this one or it's that one, then you have to just ignore it because it's everybody. Then just ignore it because, well, it's just Mandy, or just ignore it because it's just Tiffany, or just ignore it because it's just Tracy, And now they're over there throwing hearts at Analyzer, who's got a freaking GoFundMe for being bullied. Are you kidding me?
Gosh. Yeah, she's got a GoFundMe now, which is absolutely embarrassing after she scammed this community because she told everyone she had cancer when she didn't. I am dumbfounded that she would have the audacity to put out a GoFundMe to help
And a
give
miscarriage.
Yeah.
And just the other day, a miscarriage.
Oh.
You fake cancer, you take money from people, you allegedly pay it back. The community welcomes you back in. Well, I guess I never had anything to do with the woman. I still don't. And then they welcome you back in, and then you turn around and fake a miscarriage. God love the women that have lost angel babies.
Yeah.
God bless their hearts for those who have lost babies in utero or early infancy. And then you make a fundraiser because you're being bullied. And I look over and she's in Pod's chat and people are throwing her hearts and shit. I was like, oh my God. Are you kidding me?
So she has a goal of $2,500 so she can get an attorney to stop all this harassment. Nobody harasses Analyzer. People might make videos, but they call her out on her shit. Just like we called her out on her shit when she was saying she had cancer and she didn't.
And see, I never even got involved in that. I never touched that. I can't say I wasn't around, but I didn't touch it. I was too busy going at Brian back in those days. But I didn't touch it. I didn't comment on it. I didn't, nothing. But now she's in chats and everybody's throwing her hearts and,
Look, in this GoFundMe, it says Pandora is a single mother. To be receiving this type of online harassment, that has crossed the line. Well, you know what? It crossed the line when she told people that she had cancer and people were sending her donations. Large amounts of money were going to her because they thought that she needed some type of treatment, right? And that she couldn't pay for her medications. People gave her a lot of money.
Do you know how many people she hurt? She mentally hurt
the community.
And let's not forget the red marker scam.
Right, Mandy? When did Mr. A start letting her see her son? Because she didn't have her son. The husband did.
Let's not forget the red marker where she wrote all over herself and sent a picture. I think Pink got one of the pictures saying that she had just cut herself. If you're going to collect money for this woman, help her, get her help, because she really needs help. I might have wanted to play with Mr. Potato Head, But I can pull it together.
This woman used her own son in her cancer scheme, right? Said that he gave bone marrow.
And she heard him scream from down the hallway how painful it was.
And it was such a lie. Why would you use your son?
And yes, the shotgun video. But she's welcomed back into the community like, boom, like nothing ever happened.
Emerald Girl, yes, this will stay up. Yeah, I don't really need to take it down. There's no reason to take it down. I didn't say anything that I'm going to regret or anything that I'm going to be ashamed of. So yeah, it'll definitely stay up. I'm appalled that she actually thinks people are going to donate to her after the harm she has caused in this community. People, I'm telling you, be careful with your money. Don't give it to people like this. This woman is a scammer. She's been busted out on it before, and now she's trying it again. She's got a lot of balls to sit here and try to do this again. Yeah, not Joan of Arc. She faked a miscarriage last week. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Pink showed where they did a reverse lookup on the picture. And it's actually in a Facebook group of, I think it came from a group or something, some kind of blog or something, where mothers, of infants, and the woman woke up and found blood in her baby's crib. Pink found the picture.
Wow. On a baby forum. That's insane. Like, you have mental problems to be doing this kind of stuff.
Exactly, main girl. Exactly.
Who are we talking about? We're talking about Analyzer, Pandora's box.
Who sits over there in chat.
Over in Fod's chat. They just love her over there.
But then
well, y'all can keep loving her over there because over here we know her game.
But then they want to try to crucify True Helper.
Right. How does that work?
If True Helper told a lie or two, I don't know if he has. I don't know. But if he did, can you even compare it to what Analyzer has done?
Nope. They don't even have the right person when it comes to True Helper. They don't have the right person. I mean, it's kind of comical to me. It's sad also, but it's comical because here they are saying that True Helper is this person and he's just such a scammer and a liar. Well, that's the wrong person, you morons. That's not even who True Helper is. No wonder they don't want to dox his information because they're not 100% sure that's even him. So if they were to dox that person, they'd look like ignorant assholes for doxing someone that's not even the person they're claiming it to be.
Well, Laura did compare eyeballs.
Oh, gosh. She's an idiot, too. Sorry.
She did compare eyeballs. So, and that seems to be okay, comparing eyeballs. So, we'll see how that works out for people. Since eyebrows and eyeballs seem to be okay to post on here. It's just, like I said, guys, sometimes you just have to sit back and shake your head. Most days I do. I just sit back and, I laugh because what else can you do? Am I going to allow Laura to run around and call me a scammer and not prove it? Oh, I sure can prove it. My Patreons can prove it. Laura, your Patreons would wipe your ass if you asked them to. Not all, but the majority of them. I know a couple of them that would probably like to marry you. 100%. They are so smitten with you that, it's funny. I can't help it. It's just funny. Even when I was Laura's Patreon, you didn't see me in chats writing, oh my God, I love you so much, Laura, Purple Heart 100, 100. Oh my God, I love you so much. You're the best in the world. I just absolutely adore you. Oh my God. I don't even write that in a card to my family. It's kind of
So
funny.
I have 2 more clips that I want to play.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, here's one. And this is, of course, of Laura. Let's play it.
Cunt. Really,
Ooh.
Tracy? Not one fucking person on panel said a word. Not one. I didn't hear it. I only heard about it from you guys in the stream. I mean, I told her to go get a drink. She was drunk, what, a week ago when she was on fucking panel?
Nope.
Oh, because they like Sarah. Well, that's you. I know Sarah. She's a fucking shady ass bitch. Make no bones about it.
She went from talking about Tracy to me within seconds. You know, she was talking mad shit on Tracy, calling her a cunt, blah, 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 and telling her that she's drunk, and then goes right to me.
Call it SSC. Laura proved that I was drinking last week because I must have gotten so drunk I don't even remember it.
Yeah, I really like to see some proof that Tracy was drunk.
Nobody ever asked Laura to prove anything, though. That's what pisses me off. BTS did tell her yesterday, if you're going to say something like that, Laura, you need to prove it. And it shut her up. She had to shut up because she knew she didn't have proof.
And
I
Laura,
don't even know what it was about.
if you're going to call me a shady ass bitch, maybe you need to look in your own backyard, because you are the most shadiest person on this platform. Guaranteed.
I
Well, I don't
in her
know.
backyard.
Analyzer's giving you a...
Last time I saw her backyard, it had fucking cushion guts spread everywhere. So I don't know that I would look in her backyard.
But my backyard's ghetto, right?
Yeah, right.
Mm.
But you own that ghetto.
Shoot, yeah. I cut that ghetto grass every day. Maybe not every day, but once a week. I cut the grass just like a week ago, actually. It was so nice out. It was like up to 60 degrees. I was out there cutting the grass.
And I was just
leaves up.
lying. When I went at Kim, I was lying. I don't talk to Laura more than Kim does. But hell, for months, Kim ran around saying, Laura, please call me. Please call me. Laura, I emailed you. Please answer me. Please answer me. So I did. I was like, fuck, answer the girl.
Bewildered, not only are those red plastic cups on her front porch, but she literally shows pictures with those red plastic cups on her carpet with stains everywhere. But keep talking about my backyard, Laura.
Oh, the solo cup. That cup makes it around. It gets around.
I mean, do you not believe in having dishes, that are clean? You got to use red solo cups so you don't have to wash them. Is that what it is, Laura?
And I don't care. I don't care if she uses solo cups. Good for her. Who gives a shit? But
well, I mean, people are going to give a shit when you show pictures of them on your floor, on your front porch.
Don't be talking about people's homes. You rent yours. You don't own it. Hell, I'm homeless. I live with my brother.
No, you're not homeless. You reside in a residence, so therefore you're not homeless.
Yeah, but unless it's mine, I don't consider it. I mean, I'm not out on the streets, thank God. Thank God and my brother. But someday I'll have my own place again.
Misnomer. That carpet isn't much different than her mouth. They're both trashy.
I don't know. Like I said, these personal, and yeah, we're making personal jabs now. But it's because Laura spends her whole day making personal jabs at people. And she's never, ever, ever asked to prove anything. Anything. Her people never, and she calls them her people, so I'm going to call them that too. Her people never say, Laura, do you have any proof of that? Ever.
Oh, thank you, not Joan of Arc. Analyzer and Laura are cut from the same cloth. Actually, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah.
She always says she owns everything she does. No, she doesn't. She still hasn't owned the fake suicide thing.
Oh, thank you, Rep Ash. Thank you. It was a good birthday. We had a good day. I got cake. I can't complain.
Cake is good.
Oh my gosh, buttercream icing? Heck yeah. Good stuff. Good morning, Brian St. John. How are you? Hey, Christy.
Had to take my headbuds out. Now it's just like on speaker. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I'm down to 1%. And the same place you plug in your headphones is the same place I charge. Everybody laughed at me
Oh,
the night. I was like, I don't know how to do that. Because
we
I
need
have
to
to
get you
charge
an
it the same place
adapter.
huh?
We need to get you an adapter to where you can have the phone charging and the headphones in at the same time. I'm going to buy you an adapter and send it to you. Those are actually awesome to have. So,
Well, I
yeah.
just need to get me some wireless earbud thingies. Which, by the
Hmm.
way, Christy, I have to get those in the mail. Yeah, iBuds, headbuds. Oh, Dragon's Law. Every time I say iBuds, they say you stick them in your eyes.
Bewildered, perplexed. I absolutely agree. I think she's a good mom too, from what I've seen. I mean, she cares about her kids. She talks about her kids. Um, I'm not going to sit here and critique her parenting, but yeah, I agree with you on that.
The
I'm
truth.
going to wrap this
Tell
up in
you,
a few minutes,
tell you
honestly.
people how I won the. You want me to tell that story, Christy?
Tell it. I don't think I even know it.
Does she really want me to tell how she won? I mean, I didn't cheat. I'm
Oh,
waiting for her answer. Yes, I want to know what great ladies you have. Okay. So in Patreon the other night, we played a game, Build a Snowman. Okay, where you roll a dice and you build a snowman. And the person that actually won, and I don't know if I should say their name or not. I'm not going to just in case. But the person that actually won, once she won them, their Apple AirPods, she said, "Okay, now I want to give them to Christy." And then Christy started crying and saying, "Oh my God, that's what my daughter wanted for Christmas."
oh, I love Christy. She's such a sweetheart.
Okay, the
It is
person that
TL
won was
Hodge.
TL Hodge. And it's so funny because TL was like, "Y'all might as well just fold it up. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win." Just joking. And she did win. She got her snowman built first. And as soon as she won them, she said, "All right, now I'd like to give them can I give those away?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're yours to do with whatever." And she said, "I'd like to give them to Christy." And then Christy
Oh,
started crying, saying that that's what her daughter asked for Christmas. So you'll get them, Christy. Tell her to hang in there.
TL Hodge, that was so sweet of you. See, Christmas miracles, paying it forward.
I love my Patreon too, main girl. It might be small, but it's mighty.
I didn't get to make it that day when you guys did the snowman thing. I was having trying to have a conversation with my father that I haven't
Yep,
spoke
I
to in
remember
like
that.
6 years. He gave me a thumbs up. Oh well. That's another story for another time. But he did wish me a happy birthday, which that's a start. We're making progress. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end this though. I've got to get some things done today, and I'm I've been on here for about an hour and a half. So,
All right, guys, I'm jumping down. I got things to do around the house. I got dishes to do. But, like I said, I don't want to go at Laura every day, but Laura, I'm not going to allow you to say false things about me. If you want to call me fat, okay, that's the truth. I am. Well, I'm not that. I mean, my hernia is fat, but uh,
Thank you, Sunny Side Up.
you want to call me a bitch, okay, that's the truth. I can be a bitch, but I'm not a
You're a funny
scammer.
bitch, though.
I don't lie. I don't go after people, just for no reason. And if you can make amends with people, quit quit throwing it in other people's faces that they've made amends with people. It's not your business.
Yeah. Well said.
So,
We don't go at her. Oh God. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna jump off.
all right, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, bye guys.
Have
Thanks
a
for
good day,
coming. I
guys.
appreciate all of you. You guys have a great day. Oh, Tracy, she's a nut. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.